Welcome back to the Words Per Minute Hacks channel. And this week I'll be teaching you how to make your own browser extension. Diving into what we're going to cover today. What is a browser extension? Why do people make them? In my case, my motivation was a pain point. I wanted to buy some art, but before buying, I wanted to know when the art was made. However, this online store was not showing that information. So, as a challenge, I knew that data did exist, but it was hidden. How could I make it display? The solution was I started making an extension, injecting my own custom JavaScript onto the store's website. So first, we'll look at starting with Tampermonkey to prove out an idea, and second, making it into a proper extension. Why make an extension? One of the most common reasons is you visit a certain site often, but you wish it was better or custom. So some examples are Grammarly, a save to Pinterest, that button, something like sponsor block. Users submit when a sponsor happens, and the extension automatically skips over segments in YouTube videos. Or Dark Reader, use dark mode on any website. Or Keepa, elevate your Amazon shopping with Keepa. Track prices and make more informed purchase decisions. For my pain point, I wanted to buy art from ArtStation, which is an online portfolio hub for digital artists working in film, games, entertainment. I wanted specific info before buying, but the site wasn't showing it to me. I'll show you what I mean. So here, browsing all the prints, they all look really awesome, but I wanted something new, and none of them are telling me when they were made originally or introduced to the marketplace. Even if I click into one on the detailed view, that information still isn't shown. However, I had a feeling that the data was there under the hood, and I needed to do a little hacking. How can I see the date added field that was being hidden? Let's take a look at the JSON response in the network tab, and if we find anything interesting, how might we use that in a way that can create the improved UX we want? So I'm going to go ahead and give this a refresh for this specific piece of art. And when I look at the JSON response for this art, we'll see its title and then also a created at field of, it looks like June 18th, 2020. For this solution, we're going to start with Tampermonkey to prove out our idea, make sure it works first. And so Tampermonkey.net is over here on the right pane, and it's one of the most popular browser extensions. You can get it for Chrome, Edge, Safari, Firefox, and it just allows you to customize your web pages. So in our case, we know we want that created at field. And so the first thing we're going to do in this script, or the most important thing I want to highlight, is we're going to process that JSON response we saw. And for each of the items in there, we're going to get its hash ID as well as its created at field, and we're going to associate the two. So for all of those pieces of art we saw on that list, we're going to associate the unique arts hash with that created at field. Then we're going to create a span element, and in that span element, we're going to give it some text content that is that formatted created at time, and we're going to append that to all of the titles for all of the art that we see. So now that we've taken a look at how this script works, let's go ahead and enable it and see what it looks like on the page. With our custom JavaScript now enabled, let's head back over to ArtStation, give it a refresh, and boom, we see for every piece of art, it's created at date. And if I want to click into a specific piece, like the last train that we started with earlier, boom, I have that here now, and I feel informed. I'm ready to buy some art. We had a successful test with Tampermonkey. And by the way, I really did use this script, and I really bought some art as a result. Anywho, we had a successful test. And so now it's time to make a proper Chrome extension. And so some of you might be wondering, wait, why do I need an extension? I can just use Tampermonkey forever. So let's go over some of the value adds of making a proper extension. You get a real permission model, more user trust, so people can install this thing, feel more comfortable with it. You get longer term memory and storage options so that on every refresh, the app isn't restarting, the script isn't restarting. You can have a full blown options page if you so wish. And it just takes it from, hey, this is a clever hack just for me, into a small shareable tool or product. And then the day you decide it's ready for other people, you can zip your extension folder and make a Chrome Web Store submission. And just a note here, submitting to the Chrome Web Store, that's a separate topic, but making it a real extension locally, that's the first big step towards that. If you want, you can use AI to create your extension. If you'd like to do that, just screenshot the prompt that you see on the page here, paste it into your favorite AI tool, and you'll be good to go. However, I'm going to show you the manual way to do this. Create a new directory to hold your extension. I'm already inside of a new one, so I'll go ahead to the second step and create a Manifest.json file. In here, I'll go ahead and paste the content I want. So a Manifest.json tells Chrome everything it needs to know about your extension. Its name, what's its current version number, what's its description, such as want to know when your art was first introduced to ArtStation? Enable the extension and enjoy. Any icons you might want. Which JavaScript should it run? Does it need any special permissions? This is all part of your Manifest.json file. Next, I'm making a Content.js file where I'm going to put my JavaScript. I'm going to head back over to Tampermonkey, grab my main function that needs to be in there. I'm going to paste it in here. And I know this is the one for art lists. I'm going to head over here, grab the one for individual art. And because these are wrapped in their own functions, they won't collide with each other. So I'm going to go up here. Let's give a little comment for myself. The individual art, save on this as well. As an optional step that I highly recommend for polish, make sure to add some icons. In this case, I'm using the artist palette emoji at different sizes so that can render out. And in your Manifest.json, any that you have under icons, that's going to be what shows up in the Chrome Web Store. And anything under action is going to be what shows up in the browser's toolbar. In Chrome, you'll want to navigate to Chrome://extensions. Make sure you toggle on developer mode. Hit load unpacked, choose your extensions directory, and boom, here we go. Art Data Pinder is loaded. Let's take it for a spin. For this exit demo, let's revisit that prints page, see what we got. There we go. Dates are appended to all of these titles. And if we click into a specific one, this looks interesting. You can see this was added July 13th of 2026. It works. Thanks so much for watching today. Hopefully you've learned how to prove out an idea for a browser extension with Tampermonkey and take that all the way into a proper Chrome extension. I have some links here that'll leave below. ArtStation.com if you want to support any of those artists. Tampermonkey.net, such an awesome tool. And my GitHub, words per minute, if you'd like to look at the user scripts from today's video. Likes, subscribes, comments, those all help. And see you next time on Words Per Minute Hacks. Peace.